Hey there, I'm Ray Flowers of fantasyguru.com. You can follow me on Twitter, X, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, all these spots at the Ray Flowers. Closing things down in the 2023 fantasy baseball season. Obviously, we still have the playoffs left to go here, but wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the bigger accomplishments in Major League Baseball and thought I'd do that in a video form. What the heck, let's do something a little bit different today. Let's start with Luiz Arraez, who has done something pretty remarkable. Prior to the batting title that he just won, hitting .354 for the Marlins, the only other player in Major League history to win the batting title in both leagues is DJ LeMahieu. So kudos to Luiz Arraez for hitting .354, winning the batting title. In fact, he's the first player, I'm going to have to read this, since Benny Koff in 1914-15 in the Federal League to win consecutive batting titles with different teams. He's the first player ever to do that in AL and NL history. So kudos to Luiz Arraez. He had a great season. It's one of the best pure hitters in baseball. I love seeing Luiz Arraez have this success at the Major League level, given the opportunity, because StatCast doesn't like him. He doesn't power the baseball. He's more of a 1975 kind of hitter than a 2023 hitter, but teams have let him play and they've been given great results. Not only did he hit .354 and win the batting title, he had a .469 slugging percentage, which was 1 point, a single point less than Francisco Lindor, who, oh, by the way, in 30-30. 21 home run difference between those two guys, 1 point difference in slugging percentage. And since 2019, with Luiz Arraez began his Major League career, he leads baseball in batting average, hitting .326. The next closest player is Freddie Freeman at .315. So shout out to Luiz Arraez, who had another great season. You can argue, I think, pretty persuasively the best season of his career to date. Miguel Cabrera is done, and he had a nice couple days here at the end of the season. Really good to see. I wrote about him over at fantasyguru.com last week, and just to reiterate the fact that he's arguably one of the 10 best right-handed hitters of all time. Like, you can make that case. He retires with Hank Aaron and Willie Mays as the only players to finish their career with a 300 average, 500 home runs, and 3,000 hits. Pretty damn good. That's pretty damn impressive. So shout out to Miguel Cabrera. Yes, he gained weight. Yes, he was a shell of himself down the stretch here. Yes, he got paid too much money at the back end of his contract, but he was a dynamic player. World Series, MVPs, Triple Crown, Hall of Fame is next for Miguel Cabrera. Slang on Sports is reporting the following, that and great follow on Twitter, by the way. Players to lead the league in home runs despite not playing or not hitting any in September. So leading the league in home runs, but not hitting any in September. 1931, Chuck Klein pulled that off. I think he had 58 home runs that year, if I remember correctly. Dick Allen in 1974. And Shohei Ohtani this season. He led the AL. Pretty damn impressive for Ohtani. We'll wait and see just what surgery he has on his arm, how long that knocks him down, and, of course, where he plays next season. It doesn't look like it's going to be with the Angels. We will see one of the biggest names in the sport and the best player in the sport. Let's just say it. Shohei Ohtani be looking probably at wearing some new digs in 2024. Another one from Slang on Sports. Let's celebrate the Atlanta Braves, who are absolutely fantastic. They tied the all-time home run record set by the Twins in 2019 with 307. The Yankees at 306 in 2019. So the Braves tied the all-time home run record. Their team slugging percentage was .501, which is an all-time record. Think about that. The team had a .501 slugging percentage. You know who didn't have a .501 slugging percentage this year? Julio Rodriguez. You know who didn't have that? A .501 slugging percentage? Rafael Devers, Bryce Harper, Bobby Witt, Gunnar Henderson. The Braves team slugging percentage was better than those all-star caliber players. Those guys, some of those potentially going to the Hall of Fame one day. That's how good the Braves were. I wrote last week about the fact that Michael Harris basically went 20-20, hitting out of the ninth spot for the Braves, which is absolute insanity. So tied the all-time record for home runs, set the all-time record for slugging percentage. And, oh, by the way, this is kind of cherry picking, but it's interesting. So Opta Sports tweeting this out. No team in baseball has been the outright major league leader in more than 5 of the 8 following categories since 1920. Braves led in all 8. Runs, Acuna. Hits, Acuna. Home runs, Olsen. RBIs, Olsen. Stolen bases, Acuna. Total bases, Acuna. Wins, Strider, K. Strider. No team had more than 5 of those 8 since 1920. The Braves had all 8. Now, again, that's Acuna, Olsen, and Strider doing their business, if you will. But how damn amazing is that? The Braves, Strider obviously doing the strikeout win thing, but the Braves offense just remarkable. Go back and look at those numbers if you haven't done it yet since the season ended. Yeah, 40 home runs yesterday from Marcell Ozuna too. It's a hell of a season by that team. And then finally, let's talk a little bit about speed. Ronald Acuna led the majors with 73 steals. The guy who was second was Esteury Ruiz with 67. That's an all-time AL record for stolen bases by a rookie. He stole his 67th base over the weekend. Again, 6 behind Acuna for the overall major league lead. He had 238 fewer plate appearances than Acuna. If he had 238 more plate appearances, Esteury Ruiz probably steals 100 bases. Yeah, I know, right? His defense was spotty. His bat, kind of a wet noodle, right? We talked a lot about him in the preseason, how the numbers in the minors look great, but don't expect that kind of hitter at the big league level. We didn't get that kind of hitter, but we saw him run. 67 for 80 to lead the league and set that record, breaking Kenny Lofton's rookie record for steals in the American League. So tip of the cap to Esteury Ruiz. If you had him on your roster, he gave you exactly what you anticipated. He looks like the new Billy Hamilton. And what did I used to say about Billy Hamilton over and over again? Billy Hamilton can't hit. And he never really could hit, but he stole 50 bases every year. And it looks like Ruiz, if he can convince someone such as the Athletics to play him all the time, and he didn't do that down the stretch. The A's kind of platooned him down the stretch, which is a little concerning heading into next season. But the AL steals leader has a great opportunity to lead the league again next year in stolen bases in Esteury Ruiz. Again, I'm Ray Flowers at fantasyguru.com. Head over to the site. Obviously, if you're watching this on the site, thank you for being part of the site and the community this year. Hit us up in Discord. We're still answering questions. We're still going to be providing content here. And of course, we've got the football product rocking and rolling right now. If you want to play DFS football, if you need some help with your seasonal situation because you haven't got things going quite to that start that you were hoping for, hit us up over at fantasyguru.com. You can use the promo code radio20 and get a little bit of a discount on the product as well.